Today, we're up to our last act of the day. Both Thayer, who's been with us now 4 times, and great to have a Vermont artist on our Vermont stage. Without further ado, Bo Thayer.
Thank you, Jay. Gonna build me a log cabin in the mountain top so high, so I can see my Willie as she goes marching by. Well, a cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles when she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo until the 4th day of July. That's right. Jack of diamonds, I remember you from days of old, and you robbed my poor pockets of my silver and all my gold. Well, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles when she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo till 4th day of July. That's right. Well, I gamble all through England, and I gamble all the way through Spain. And I'll bet you $10 whole that I'll beat you in this next card game. Now the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles when she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo until the 4th day of July. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she warbles when she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo till 4th day of July. That's right. Thank you very much. I think I'll do that. I don't have a set list. I'm just going to wing it, if that's okay. It's a folk fest. You're just going to wing it. So, this song goes out to the big sprawl that's happening. I've been all over the place, and the more places I go, the more places seem to look the same. You get off on any exit, and there it is. There's the Walmart. There's the Lowe's. There's the Rite Aid. Oh, there's the Best Western. Well, here they come, here they come. You know it won't stop coming, it won't stop coming. And they're big, and they're wide. Been sticking their fingers in every five and dime. And they reap, and they roll. We gotta get a bigger shovel to dig a bigger hole. Oh, let's take a stroll down the Florissant House. They're growing and growing for miles and miles. Took out a farm and they put in a mall. We're going down, down in the sprawl. And I got my space, I got my spot. I got a camper in the Kmart parking lot. And these hard times, they ain't free. You know I got a reputation, they're gonna hire me. And I can smile, and I can read. That $10 an hour sounds good to me. So let's take a stroll down the Florissant House. They're growing and growing for miles and miles. Took out a farm and they put in a mall. We're going down, down in the sprawl. You better make some room, make some room. They're gonna build another cinder block temple of doom. And stack them high, stack them fast. You got plenty of plastic crap for your cash. Oh, brick by brick, that monster grid. It's just an endless highway on a one-way strip. Yes, it is. Oh, let's take a stroll down the Florissant House. Growing and growing for miles and miles. Took out a farm and they put in a mall. We're going down, down in the sprawl. I said, let's get down the Florissant House. Growing and growing for miles and miles. Took out a farm and they put in a mall. We're going down, down in the sprawl. How's it doing that? I'll play one more on the banjo. Doesn't like the sunlight too much like this. It's a Vermont banjo. I'll do that one. I just heard this song. I don't know who wrote it. And I couldn't understand the lyrics either, so I just made my own lyrics up to it, except for the chorus. And I think it's the band that played it was called the Black Twig Pickers or something like that. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I think they're out of North Carolina, if anyone's from there. Black Twig Pickers. So damn fun to play, I just had to play it. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. stay all night. Don't go home, stay with me until the morning. Well, if it keeps raining, the river's getting high. It keeps raining, the river's getting high. Can't cross over to the other side. Stay with me until the morning. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay with me until the morning. Well, I paid $5 for a hungry goat. Paid $5 for a hungry goat. It ate the buttons right off your coat. Stay with me until the morning. Well, he drank all the beer that I had on tap. He ate all the cake that I made from scratch. I'll give you $10 if you take him back. Stay with me until the morning. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay all night, don't go home. Stay with me until the morning. Well, you could have the bed and I'll take the chair. You could have the bed and I'll take the chair. I'll let you wear my Batman underwear. Stay with me until the morning. Well, I was telling JS I have the disease of having to bring too many instruments. I don't know why I do it. It makes things more complicated. It's harder to do. Wreaks havoc on the sound, man. Sorry, John, wherever you are. But they all sound different, and I guess I like to celebrate diversity, so... Which is a good thing. We should all celebrate diversity. Yes, that should get an applause. Yes. In all ways, in all forms of diversity. Even if sometimes it means you got to be a little out of tune. This new record out. I think it's like my 33rd record or something like that since I've been doing stuff like this. Hello. This song is on that record. It's called A Balm in Las Vegas. Now my friend Aurelis, who's a very incredible, powerful spiritual woman, seems to think, and I hope she's right, that the city of Las Vegas will someday be a healing center. Like a place to go to, heal, do things besides gamble and waste your money and all the stuff you're not supposed to talk about when you get back home. Instead, it's going to be a place where a vortex for very powerful, systematic, and spiritual change. And I'm like, that's a good idea. I hope that happens. I think I'll write a song about it. It's called A Balm in Las Vegas. Split necklace gonna make you a rich man. Snake on a railroad, getting We could just be praying to a bag of bones. And it's ringing in my ears, confirming all my fears. There's something wrong. And I shouldn't have stared at the sun for so long. I should have stayed on the farm till the harvest. Could it be there's a bomb in Las Vegas? A bomb. Well, you better hope your luck holds. Any way the dice rolls, even your chips are gonna end up in the landfill. To the time bomb. Mean old Pharaoh, things are getting biblical down at the late show. And man, it's a long shot, but maybe this slot's got a win for the big heart. Maybe. We could just be praying to a bag of bones. And it's ringing in my ears, confirming all my fears. There's something wrong. And I shouldn't have stared at the sun for so long. Should have stayed on the farm till the harvest. Could it be there's a bomb in Las Vegas? A bomb. Could it be there's a bomb? Could it be there's a bomb? Could it be there's a bomb? A bomb. Well, save me, Jesus, maybe Elvis, praise be, so say we all. Water. Moving right on to water. And a song about water. Have you heard? Water is important. Tuning is too. This next song is a... Oh, I need a slide now. Excuse me. There it is. Way down in the inner depths of my pocket. There it is. So I should probably talk a little bit about, I brought all these instruments. I should probably introduce you a little bit to it and the song. But the song's about water. I call it Ogallala. It's from a Lakota term, but it's also the aquifer that runs under the whole Midwest, and we need that. But anyway, getting back to the guitar, this is a a dobro that, well, it's actually an old Regal resonator guitar that I kind of banjified by putting a little tiny string up on top here and taking the low one off. Someone was telling me, like, Thayer, do you have to make a banjo out of everything? Apparently I do. I do not know why. Anyway, the song is called Ogallala.
This is not a rodeo. The picture shows a miracle of collected souls who are braced against the wind. And they're lined up on the cannonball, and they're standing tough and they're sitting tall with the whole world watching, and there's great concern. Holy Ogallala, lifeblood of the plain, ring around the reservoir as we evaporate. Just a drop of all we lost is all we really need. Just a drop should be enough to ride the ripple to the headwaters back upstream. The elders say the end of days is followed by a big black snake who's venomous and poisons all the land. And this pipeline prophecies an act of greed that trumps all reason, and the freedom with a meaning to expand. Hey, kick them off the cannonball like crazy horse and sitting bull, and the whole world's watching, and there's great concern. Holy Ogallala, lifeblood of the plain, ring around the reservoir as we evaporate. Just a drop of all we lost is all we really need. Just a drop should be enough to ride the ripple to the headwater back good street. I had to slip into a Jorma Kaukonen's water song there for a second. So apologies to Jorma. How's it going, John? I don't know. I didn't hear a buzz up here, but it could have been the guitar. Let's see what happens with this one. I don't know what to call it either. But I know it's an A9 tuning. Because it sounds good in A9, right? You still hearing that buzz, John? Are we? Must have been that piece of crap guitar I was playing. My friend Justin Twigsmith made this for me. I kind of made
a half-assed attempt at building a banjo acoustic guitar hybrid, but he took the idea and really ran with it. He lives over in Pomfret. No, excuse me, Barnard. This is a Barnard guitar. This next song I'm gonna play is it's on a new record too. It's written for a friend of mine who really interesting story. I'll try and make it short, but apparently this fellow Doug Chase was a very good friend of mine. He died way too early, but apparently I grew up in another lifetime in south of Boston, a little town called Hingham, and moved up here about 25 years ago. And I met this amazing dude, who he liked to build guitars, and he was a big music fan, and he had a lot in common. It was just both had boys, kind of same age, and I knew him for about 4 years before I was like, "So Doug, where are you from, man?" He's like, "Oh, you wouldn't know." So I'm a Flatlander, I'm from this little town in Massachusetts. I'm like, "Yeah, me too." He's like, "You'd never hear of this in a little town called Hingham." I'm like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. I'm from Hingham too." "Where in Hingham?" He goes, "Well, I grew up on Main Street." Come on. I grew up on Main Street too. Apparently, Doug Chase lived right down the street from me. My whole upbringing, I never met him once. He went to a private school, I went to the public school, and our paths never crossed. Till I moved up here to Vermont, and he lived right down the street from me in Vermont. I don't know what to do with that. So, we had a lot of fun together, and then he passed on, and I decided he needed a song. He was an author too. He wrote a book called A Small Eternity, and that's the name of this song. And if it's a little confusing to you, it's because he had a very unique way of speaking. He had a crazy philosophy about everything, and he would say weird things, and we'd have email conversations. So I took all those email conversations and kind of cobbed together a song. So if it doesn't make sense to you, that's good. If it does make sense to you, then, well, I don't know. There's some people I think I can have you talk with who might be able to help out with that, but professional types. But anyway, this is called A Small Eternity.
Must have been a big blink. Wanna know what you think. Searching for some happiness in a lonely time. In the sea of darkness, I get my comfort as it comes. Forget about the doldrums, only for a moment. What you gonna do when your screws get loose? What you gonna do with the loose screws? What you gonna do when the screws get loose? Hey, you in the tool shed, what you building? Water from the rose, never to be thirsty, never to get rusted. Things like flowers, smartly wired right into the fabric with little threads of magic. And see the ground breathing on my bare feet, and I'm glad I swept up all the nails from that rotten handrail. Holler in the key of C's and squeeze, and follow with the lower frequency. In the afternoon I'll catch you on the downstream. The heat in me knocking, gonna need some cooling. it has a natural certainty, like every small eternity. And I don't mind the black flies buzzing, keeps me on my toes, keeps me up and running. And I've never been a slave to a long deep freeze. This winter just might break me. This winter just might break me. This winter just might break me. This winter it might break me. This winter just might break me. This winter might break me. Oh, won't you come away with me? Catch you on the downstream. It's just a small eternity, just a small eternity, just a small eternity, just a small eternity. It's just a small eternity, just a small eternity. It's just a small eternity, just a small eternity. Small eternity. Thank you. I love Joni Mitchell. I just love Joni Mitchell. I'll never be as good as her. I'll never be as pretty as her. But I will try. I will go to my grave trying. So I wrote a song, and I kind of had her in mind. I don't know if I could even say the song and her name in the same sentence, but this one's called The Feast of Light. There ain't nothing here but love, child. It's such a subtle buzz, and it keeps me wild, and it does all that it wants to do. But what do you want to do here? Who you trying to be? What you trying to see? 'Cause there's freedom in your hands, and there's beauty in your mind. And if you could just see me now, getting out of time. Good God, your soul's projecting a feast of light, and all's reflecting a speed of sight in all directions. Good God, your soul's projecting trust. You're gonna have to trust, child. There ain't no need to fuss. There ain't no need to fight. It's put in your hands. What do you want to do here? What you trying to be? What you trying to see? And there's beauty in your hands, and there's freedom in your mind. And if you could just see me now, getting out of time. Good God, your soul's projecting a feast of light, and all's reflecting the speed of sight in all directions. Good God, your soul's projecting. Good God, your soul's projecting. Finally, a regular guitar, right? 6-string guitar. No. It's got a rubber bridge, flat wound strings, and it's tuned way down to B. It's a baritone. This guy named Reuben Cox made out in California. And it's really cool. If you like big and bassy, I mean, this for a crappy little, what do you call it, Radio King. This thing's got some to it, I think. Gonna play a couple more songs off that new record. The record's called Zen of Snug, by the way, and I brought some with me. So if you want, I got a couple of them over here for $10. So this one's called Race to Lose. You couldn't print enough money to make it disappear. There's a hole in the bottom of the tub, and it makes it hard to keep it all filled up. Oh, gray water, keep it clean. Simple as the days spent in between the dreams and the waking scenes, seamless and fluid. Do you want a race to lose? Are you in this race to lose? What's your hurry? You better slow it down. Are you in this race to lose? Whoops. find a way to cool it down. Got to find a way to a common ground. That red hot knife, it's gotta split in two. And there ain't no stitches, no, there ain't no glue. Well, someone tell me where it went wrong. Was it somewhere in the twilight? Was it somewhere in the dawn? Somewhere it's midnight, somewhere else it's noon. Somehow it's all synchronized to pace the race in a steady grace, seamless and fluid. Are you in this race to lose? Are you in this race to lose? What's your hurry? You better slow it down now. Are you in this race to lose? Salute. This next song is the first song on the record. I'm really plugging this record, can you tell? Okay. It's probably one of the more important songs I've written, I think. It's called Earthling. That it's just about time. It's coming up on the end of the line. I just passed another roadblock sign, leaning on its side, burning in the sunshine. Take a turn for whatever it's worth, where the pavement turns to dirt, where the energy starts to perk and the words give birth to a new kind of Earthling. I believe it's time. It's time that we redesign what's normalized. Yep. And I could take a scorpion sting, I can feel them butterfly wings, and the sound of the blackbird singing. It's a coming through the bullhorn loud and clear. To my neighbors on the east side, and my neighbors on the west side, all my neighbors on the north and south side, I think it's time we all look inside. I believe it's time. I believe it's time. I believe it's time that we redesign what's normalized. All the sweet souls who are graduating, a whole new world is out there waiting, 'cause the old one is rapidly fading. If you got the tools, go out and create it. But I cannot stress the importance to defeat and tear down the forces of the hate and the threat that it poses. If you choose love, you already know this. But there's a whole lot of brothers and sisters unable to hear all the messages, who got a raw deal and they're feeling breathless. It's just fear. Fear is defenseless. I believe it's time. I believe it's time. I believe it's time that we redesign what's normalized. Yeah. call to the meek and the bold. There's a call to the young and the old. A brand new story about to be told about a dying world and how we fixed it. I believe it's time. I believe it's time. I believe it's time that we redesign what's normalized. Hey, Alistair, what time is it? Oh, yeah? All right. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah. Well, we're winding now. I got time for a few more. I want to say thank you so much to Phil Henry and Lara for two wonderful sets. Awfully hard to go. It's easy and hard going on after folks like that. So, and please come back tomorrow because we have Alistair Mook too, who haven't seen in a long time. Hi, Alistair. Come say hi to him tomorrow. He's a wonderful songwriter, performer. Of course, thanks to Jay, and thanks for the invite to dinner tonight, Jay. But you can't make it. Sorry, another time. Katrina, I know you've probably been slaving all day over a hot stove, right? Probably. Wonderful folks, Katrina and Jay, and of course, John. Where are you, John? There he is. It is so hard to do good sound, and I have come to learn in this business that the sound man is the most important thing. He's the link between the goony guy on stage and what you're hearing. So without a good sound guy, you're nothing. So thank you, John Escobar. It's so important. And his job's not easy when all these guitars are wacky, they're hand built and they all sound different and have different EQs and different volumes and different pickups, and what a nightmare. But you're making this real easy for me, man. Thank you. And thank you all for coming out too. And yes, this is a regular guitar. This is a 6-string guitar that I play. It's a 47 Martin, I think. Why is it always the G string? It's one of the first songs I wrote when I came to the beautiful state of Vermont. It's called Paradise in the Rough. Well, hey, old wood stove, won't you burn them hot coals? As far as we know, it might snow tonight. Feel that wind blow, shut that window and come and sit down by this firelight burning low. Ooh. Cause down here we can fit in with the conifers, and down where the river runs through our blood, God knows that we're connoisseurs of canned food. And down here it's paradise in the rough. What's that clock say? I think it's Wednesday. I felt that hump about an hour ago, and I've got my mind made to
sit here all day and, well, besides, you know, I got nowhere else I gotta go. Ooh. 'Cause down here we can fit in with the conifers. Down where the river runs through our blood. God knows that we're connoisseurs of canned food. Well, down here it's paradise. In the rough. Well, my Melissa, my God, how I miss her. Although we really never seem to get along, like glowing kisses in a twister, it only leads to blisters on a calloused heart. Well, down here we fit in with the conifers. Down where the river runs through our blood. God knows that we're connoisseurs of canned food. Well, down here it's paradise. God knows that we're connoisseurs of canned food. Well, down here it's paradise. In the rough. Thank you. It has just occurred to me that I haven't played any outlaw songs. I haven't played any outlaw songs. That's not. Oh, come on. You don't want to hear that one, do you? Snakebite. All right. Jeez, I don't think I played that. When was the last time I played that? Probably. All right. Well, all right. That's a request. At least it's not a request to take your clothes off, so they'll do that. We'll do Snakebite instead. We'll see if this works. See, I recorded this song twice. One with the very famous and wonderful Levon Helm, and that was one version. And then I did another version with my bluegrass band, and I did totally different lyrics to it. So it gets way confusing. I don't know which one to do. So I got two. I'm gonna try and do a blend of both. Maybe I'll take a stab at it. Snakebite, huh? All right. So I guess. I lost it all on a blurry night. I woke up with a bad snake bite and a brand new wife with a forked tongue knife. That backstabbing brunette was just my type. We took a walk up an old deer's leap where she fell asleep. She fell asleep up an old deer's leap. It was a 90-foot drop and I didn't hear a peep. I got a mean grip, I got a voice that's loud. I got a snake bite, I can't reach, suck the poison out. Now I like
been looking hard like the sugar from the shack, and I take all my money, get down to the track. The horse runs around and my heart stands still, sticking my winnings in a bottle of Will. And I like my liquor hard like the soup in a can. I'm just another wolf hiding out on the lamb. Life on the lamb, died on wolf. I gotta fit in with the sheep on the hill. I got a mean grip, I got a voice that's loud. I got a snake bite I can reach, suck the poison out. And I got a mean grip, I got a voice that's loud. And I got a snake bite I can reach, suck the poison out. Sitting here and think about heaven and hell, where I want to be when they ring that bell. Heaven and hell is about a fine line, a little bit of both gonna suit me just fine. Well, it's a river run road, I'm driving my truck, and it got stuck. It got stuck and it started to flow like a river of guilt running through my blood. I got a mean grip, I got a voice that's loud. I got a snake bite I can't reach, suck the poison out. I got a mean grip, I got a voice that's loud. I got a snake bite I can't reach, suck the poison out.
Thank you. All right, I got one more. All right. Well, you got me all riled up with a guitar and a guitar picks, and this is my last song. The song is called Sometimes a Hat Trick. It's Three's a Crowd. Could you imagine life everlasting? You were a master from early on, feasting and fasting, in casting, blazing and blasting through every war. Don't bother me while I'm dreaming, don't bother me at all. Seems that winning is believing that I won't fall. No, I won't fall. It's just a matter of time travels, and it unravels. It's kinda like Scrabble without all them words. Life is tragic, and then it's magic, and sometimes a hat trick is three is a crowd. Don't bother me while I'm dreaming, don't bother me at all. It seems
that winning is believing in that last second goal that I can't score. That it's just a matter of luck has it, and you want it, but you'll never get it if you ain't got soul. Trust your instincts and trust your teachers, but don't trust your sneakers if they got holes. Don't bother showing me the replay. Don't bother showing me at all. It seems that winning is believing that I won't fall. No, I won't fall. And it's just a matter of time travels and it unravels, kinda like Scrabble without all them words. Life is tragic, and then it's magic, and sometimes a hat trick is sees crowd. Well, sometimes hat trick is sees the crowd. Sometimes hat trick is sees the crowd. Sometimes hat trick is sees the crowd. Thanks a lot, everybody. See y'all down the road.
Sticks to the landing. Good set. Fantastic. It doesn't get better than that. Both there. Middle of Vermont. Perfect day. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bo has CDs for sale. Everyone else does too. Coming over, say hello to them, and we'll see you tomorrow.